Hello, people of the internet. I have very exciting news today. One, obviously, I have changed my filming location because even though having the window in the background looked nice, it made for terrible lighting, so I'm trying something new. But more exciting than that, I finally colored in the cookie scale. It is now beautifully arranged to go from red to green. I also went to the store in an effort to implement a suggestion I got on Facebook to have a cookie magnet and just magnet it to wherever it belongs on the scale. Unfortunately, the drugstore that I went to didn't have strong enough magnets, so that will have to be a work in progress for the future. But while I was at the drugstore, I found a vegan cookie, and I promised a friend of mine who's vegan that I would start getting vegan cookies to review, so I was gonna buy it. And as I went to leave the store, I thought to myself, well, I came here for magnets. Can I really leave with just one cookie that I didn't even intend to buy? And I felt like the answer was no. So I went looking for some other stuff and accidentally went on a cookie bender and ended up with 6 additional types of cookies to review. So that's where I'm at right now. I hope everyone else is having a great time in lockdown. I do want to take some time today, actually, now that I just set it back down, to talk about the scale. Because I realized I didn't really explain it. And I didn't really explain it because I didn't really feel it was necessary, because I think most of us are familiar with 0 to 10 rating scales. But I want to talk about the oops and the whoops because I feel like they have been neglected by me thus far. So when I decided I was going to start reviewing cookies, I had to come up with a name, and I reached out to a group of former teammates and asked them for some ideas. And they were suggesting things, and actually the same person who told me to start rating cookies said big oof in response to one of the suggestions that somebody had made. And another person in our group chat said, ooh, big oof, I would totally watch that. And I'm pretty sure he was joking, but I decided to take him seriously, and here we are with big oof cookie comparisons. So I have my scale, and as I mentioned in the first one, it goes from the oofs to the whoops. But I think what really needs to be addressed here is that big whoop is generally sarcastic, and I'm aware that that phrase is sarcastic. So when we have the bigs in front of the oofs and the whoops, I'd like to think of them as more descriptors than parts of the phrase. So on the oof side of the scale, if something's like a 0.1, which I hope I never find a cookie that's a 0.1, that would be very sad. That would be like a oof, right? Like a really big oof. Where if it's like a 2.8, like that's definitely like an oof. That's an oof. That's a much smaller oof. Whereas if it's up here on the whoop scale, if it's like an 8.4, that's like a whoop. Like that's pretty good. Whereas if it's a 10, which I aspire to one day eat a cookie that's a 10, that sounds amazing, that would be like a woo! So that's the scale. Oh, and also it is very important to acknowledge here in the middle out of 5, we just have the but I'm not great at a straight face, so I can't do that for very long. All right, so that is the full explanation of the cookie scale. One of these days I will actually get a cookie magnet and it will be fully done, but I was pretty excited about adding the color. So now that we've covered all that, what I actually want to talk about today, obviously, is cookies. So today I'm going to go back and review the cookie that was the original cookie I reviewed. It is the Trader Joe's Peanut Butter Cartwheel cookie. And I'm going to go ahead and say that arguably rating a cookie I've already rated is actually cheating. But let's go ahead and pull the cookie out. Alright, so this is what the cookie looks like. So I don't think I explained, this is a peanut butter cookie filled with peanut butter, which is pretty exciting. For those who don't know me, peanut butter is like a staple food in my life. I eat a lot of it. I love peanut butter. So I was really excited about this cookie when I saw it in Trader Joe's. Yeah, let's just get into it. Let's just bite. I'm gonna go ahead and show you where I took a bite from right here so you can see there is quite a bit of peanut butter stuffed in there. You can see there's a lot. My general feeling about this cookie is that the edges, where there isn't peanut butter filling, are very crunchy. It's almost more cracker-like, which I'll get to in a second, than cookie-like, and I find that disappointing. So let me take another bite, see if I can get a little more peanut butter. The peanut butter filled parts definitely are better. It's probably just because it's so thin, but the cookie surrounding the peanut butter is much softer than the cookie that is on the edges. The actual peanut butter itself, I don't think is straight peanut butter. So the little cracker sandwiches, that's like a little Ritz cracker and then peanut butter and then another cracker, and they come in packages of 6 little cracker sandwiches. That's what this peanut butter tastes like. So it's a little bit flakier than normal peanut butter. I'm just gonna assume there's been a lot of sugar mixed in, which I guess makes sense for a cookie, but I started eating the kind of peanut butter that you have to stir a couple years ago, and I'm now a peanut butter purist. I find sugared down peanut butter to be disappointing because it just doesn't taste peanut buttery enough for me. And additionally, I would think if it had been sugared down that it would taste sweeter, and it's really not sweet. It's just kind of flaky and dry. So maybe it's had flour added to it, I don't know. Whatever it is, not a huge fan. Take another bite. The cookie itself is also supposed to be peanut butter flavored. It's not peanut butter flavored enough. More peanut butter. More peanut butter in everything always. Not everything always, but if it's supposed to be peanut butter flavored, it should be peanut butter flavored. And I feel like this cookie does not inherently taste peanut buttery. It has like a weird, maybe I put too much vanilla. It doesn't taste like vanilla. There is a weird flavor in the cookie that I do not appreciate. It is not peanut butter. And it's crunchy. I really wanted, I've already talked about how I prefer soft cookies. I understand cookies that come in a box are probably gonna be crunchier, and that's fine. For some reason, I just had really high hopes for this cookie. I really imagined it being like a soft, luxurious cookie that you bite into, and then there's this soft, luxurious, creamy peanut butter in the center. That's just not my experience with this cookie at all. So I'm gonna go ahead and stick with what I said the first time I reviewed this cookie, which is that if you were to take those peanut butter sandwich crackers and make them larger and more peanut butter in the middle, I feel like you would basically have this cookie. So while I don't hate this cookie and I will eventually eat it, like I'm not mad about this cookie existing, I feel like if I wanted something like this, I would go for the sandwich crackers instead, because you get 6 of them instead of 1, and they're honestly probably a little bit better for you. Not that they're healthy, but I feel like they're probably better for you than these particular cookies. So that's my overall feeling about these. Not a huge hit. Seems like Trader Joe's was doing a good job up until these. So I looked at the ingredients list while I was finishing eating, and it turns out that the peanut butter filling was indeed mixed with sugar. Maybe just not very much, I don't know. And looking at the rest of the ingredients, I think the only thing that it could have been that tasted weird was the natural vanilla flavor. So I guess maybe I was right, and it was vanilla, and they just used a little too much. Who knows? Anyway, Anyway, Trader Joe's peanut butter Cartwheel cookies. I'm gonna go ahead and give them 4.6. Not the best. I'll eat them. I'll eat most cookies. Not mad about eating them, but it's gonna take me a while to get through the box, and there are only 9. So that was my review for today. If you like watching me talk about cookies, like, comment, subscribe below. I hope everyone has a great day, and remember, eat more cookies.